I sent you that story a few days ago. I remember I sent you the New York Times one.
Yeah. Flagrantly incoherent list of demands.
Yeah, so the list of demands from the Black Lives Matter movement, which is leaderless in the same way that, Occupy was. Mm-hmm. But enough leaders, and they have enough steam behind them that the New York Times actually wrote about it, said this is the list of demands from Black Lives Matter. There are, as you said, 6 demands. There are sub-demands that have, 10 under each one of these 6 banners. And it reminded me of something that was a bumper sticker that I used to see in college in Northampton, Massachusetts, where I lived, which is, it's a sort of Khmer Rouge type town. And there was always this bumper sticker that said, feminism is the radical idea that women are equal. Now, I am somebody that would consider myself a feminist, if that is the definition. Absolutely true. Absolutely. I have a daughter. I'm 1,000% on board with that. But the problem was that I was in college at the time, and I knew that not to be true. This idea of feminism is a radical idea that people are. It's like, no, it actually comes with a radical political agenda that I disagreed with. They were just like, I didn't agree. I wasn't, somebody that thought Ralph Nader would have been the best president for the country. So, this was generally, you could not be on that side, have that sort of identifier as a feminist, and be someone who says, I think it was really, really great that Margaret Thatcher became the first female leader of the United Kingdom. You couldn't do that, right? Same thing is true here in the sense that it's this great trap you fall into because, Black Lives Matter, it's either that or Blue Lives Matter, this other dopey kind of other side of this. And there's no in between. So if I were to ever say publicly, I can't imagine what would happen if I did this publicly, amongst my friends, amongst my peers, amongst people in the place that I live, which is, upper middle class in New York, Brooklyn place. If I were to say, I disagree with the Black Lives Matter movement, there would be apoplexy. There'd be waves of it. How could you do this? It's the same thing as this bumper sticker. It's the radical idea that people are equal kind of thing.
Yeah, that's not what it is.
It's not what it is. That's the thing, is I would love to, I think all these shootings that have happened, I have some perspective on them, understanding how frequent they are now versus how frequent they were 20 years ago. I think we've made progress. I think there's not enough progress. I love body cameras. I think the police should be held more accountable than they ever have been, and that's going in that direction. That's good. I click on this thing, and the second thing is reparations. So we're already into Bananasville in my estimation. The third thing is economic justice. I clicked on that, and this is the first thing. This is the first demand of Black Lives Matter: a progressive restructuring of tax codes at the local, state, and federal levels to ensure a radical and sustainable redistribution of wealth. Now, we have gone so far afield from
stressing the individual dignity of lives that were being disrespected.
Sure. Yeah, and I think there's a lot, as I said, I think there's a ton to that, and I think there's a lot that I think everybody in this room and would agree to. And then all of a sudden, you realize that they get a little power hungry, and they say, okay, we're going to make these demands. People are listening to us. We have a stage now. We're on TV. People know the phrase. They know the hashtag. Now, let's demand that we collectivize all the grain and shoot all the kulaks. I'm like, wait, what the fuck just happened?
That's actually not, that's only half of that is not really part of the demands.
That's only half of it's not really.
The rest of it is.
It might be. They're gonna issue some sub-demands. Full access to technology, including net neutrality and universal access to the internet. This is like, I don't know, the end of money controlling politics, the end of super PACs.
I'm so mad at government having too much police power that I'm going to demand that it heavily regulate the internet.
Well, it's going to demand that it heavily regulates everything.
So look, we're.
I just want to do one more thing. I just want to.
I was going to do some.
No. Just to the last point, I'm going to totally interrupt it. I just did.
Has he been drinking?
No. When you go and if you have Chrome, you do the Command F and you can search in the page. I just searched for Israel and the Black Lives Matter, and I just want you to know that there's a demand that we stop aid to Israel and divest and things because of the Black Lives Matter.
There's also apparently a demand that we ban police body cameras, which again, just rambling incoherence. If you care about this stuff at all, you should go read Daniel Baer from FEE. He wrote a great piece about what Black Lives Matter wants that I read, and he sent me earlier this afternoon. Go read it.
I like the top line, Black Lives Matter demand. I don't like anything below it.
Of what?
The top line demand of, like stop killing unarmed people. I'm on your side.
Oh yeah, no, that's good.
But it is that point where, like a 140% tax on my hummus is a little much. I mean, come on, Jesus.
I could understand why you might resist that.
I don't like that.